Thanks for checking out the video. My name's Jank. Today we're looking at Ring of Pain. It's a game I've been playing recently, and this was my first victory on the Ring of Pain. I went with the dark side, so I'll be facing the owl. And it took me a few tries before I actually got to beat him, but this was the run that I ended up beating him on, and I wanted to share it with you today. I'm not great at this game. I'm still learning, so I won't be making all the correct moves. You will see me. It'll look like I might be stalling a little bit. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not going to end up killing myself because it's really easy to kill yourself making the wrong move in this game or putting yourself in the wrong position. So this is my experience beating the final room of the owl for the first time. This game has been a lot of fun. It's been pretty addicting. As you can see, you have a ring of cards in each room filled with monsters and items, and you see the owl up there at the top. He is the boss for the dark side path, so I have to beat him, and I have to be very careful doing it because just one hit from him will nearly wipe me out. So you have to put a bit more strategy into this room than the rest of them, where I'm trying to kill him by indirect means. And there's a few ways that I'm doing that. I have Petrify whenever I pick up health potions, which is actually, I believe, how I end up killing him. I drink a health potion and it does a bunch of Petrify damage to him and ends up killing him. I also have the fencing sword down at the bottom. I'm not sure if that's actually what it's called. Looks like a rapier. But what that does is hit the enemy behind the one I'm targeting, as well as the one that I'm actually targeting. So you'll see me at times hitting a monster in front of him, and he'll take some damage that will get him down a bit as well. This boss has a few stages to it. Once I do enough damage to him, he'll go up into the middle, and then I'll have to get him to come back down again so I can attack him. You also see the little book in the bottom right-hand corner with the green skulls. That's a poison spell, so I'm going to do that right now and poison him. That'll get a little bit of extra damage in. I think that I actually could have done this a lot quicker if I just would have taken more damage and then drank in more health pots, because I end up getting a lot of petrify damage, or just, I guess it's taking down their max health from it. And I end up killing a lot of creatures, and I think I could have taken the owl out a lot quicker that way, but I was just trying to be cautious and not die, and just make sure that I had the options to do what I needed to do. I also had a few other synergies in my build where I was causing creatures to transform and then building up stats. I think I might have stopped doing that at this point, because I got that face mask that turns, if I have two creatures on the bottom cards like those health potions are now, if they're two creatures that are the same type, it will freeze them and automatically kill them, which ended up taking out a bunch of creatures in this room as well, which is really nice. I have to give a shout out to somebody that helped me a lot as far as just understanding the game a lot better, and just a little bit of strategy in putting all my items together and getting a build that would be able to kill the owl. And that's a YouTuber by the name of The Absolute Worst. I watched a couple of his videos and I understood the game a lot better, and it allowed me to prepare myself for this room. Once I lost the first time and came back, watched those, and played again, I just had a much better understanding just of a lot of the game mechanics, a few items that could really help out, and some abilities that didn't work the way that I thought they did. And then once I understood them, I was able to get through the game a lot easier. See, right now I'm looking at some new items, but I think I end up discarding these because the ones that I have I would like more than what's up here. I end up re-rolling a few times, not seeing anything that I want more, and then just discarding. This is the final room, so I don't have to really worry about spending the souls, which are like money in this game, to get new stuff. I just need to have a good enough build to get through this room, and I'm pretty happy with the build I have right now. I don't remember the name of that jar on the bottom. I think it was something concoction, but that's just doing so much work whenever I pick up a health pot. The poison helps a little bit, and then there was another item that I think it was whenever a creature transformed, it did soul damage to a random creature. and that was also killing some creatures or putting some damage on the owl that I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. I do also plan on putting out a video for the light side path where you fight, I'm not sure if it has a name, but it's like this void looking entity that gives you 5 or 6 mini bosses that there's each a room for. You have to go through those. I actually thought that this battle in this room was a lot more fun though. The ending for the light side seemed a bit more anticlimactic. For this one, you felt like you accomplished something a bit more. I did die quite a few times before getting to this ending as well, so don't feel bad if you try out this game, which I highly recommend, and end up dying a bunch of times before you're able to even get here. The game is free on Epic Games right now, I believe for another couple days, so if you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend going to Epic Games and picking up a free copy of this. I've gotten a lot of good games from them, including my copy that I'm currently using of Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront 2. So I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but Epic is a good place to get a lot of free games, so I highly recommend checking them out. Every week they have a couple games up for free, and sometimes they're not great. You know, I don't pick them up a lot of times, but sometimes I do, and every once in a while you'll find a gem like this, and I'm glad I did. So you can see that I got the owl down to half health and he jumped up into his nest. Now I have to get through this part. You have to stay away from these light attacks which he's doing, which means I have to get out of the way here. I believe you can also kill the monster or take the item that it's on to destroy it, but that might have been his other attack, because you can see that that light stayed there. So he has 2 light attacks. The other one spawns more lights in different locations. That might be the one that you can actually take the lights out on. I think that one you just need to stay away from. And see, I just picked up a health pot there, did a bunch of damage to a bunch of creatures, killed a couple, got my health back up, and that just seems to be doing a whole lot. Did a little bit of damage to the owl. I think my main mistake in this room was just not allowing myself to be injured and taking advantage of those health pots like I could have. I think I probably could have gotten a lot quicker ending on this, but ended up working out. Just see me picking up a couple stat things, and I believe I poisoned the owl there. You need to keep moving away from it because he will do massive damage just from hitting you once. You can see down on the bottom there, I think it was 23 damage he would do to me, and I have really high stats right now as far as life and defense. The other times I've gotten to it, he would pretty much one-shot you if he hit you. I'm actually in a pretty good spot right now as far as stats and everything. I've gotten him down a little bit more. If you get the enemies down low enough in number, then he will spawn more of them. You can see more coming in now, and that's really just gives you an opportunity to do more things, because if it's just him on the field, you're gonna have a hard time. I think near the end, I don't know if there's like a trigger where he stops spawning things when he's low enough, but I know at the end it's just me, him, and a couple health pots, one of them cursed, which ends up giving me the win. But until then, he'll just keep spawning new enemies and items and things. Luckily, health pots keep coming in, which is what gives me the opportunity to do things like that, where I just put another negative 24, I think, on him. Not sure if that actually brought him down or not. It might be the poison that ends up killing him in the end, because I know he's got a poison icon on him. If anybody knows more than I do about this and you have tips or tricks for me, feel free to leave them down in the comments, because like I said, I'm not great at this game. I'm still learning. So if you have questions that you think I can answer, or if you have tips for me where you think I could have done things better, or just strategies of your own, please let me know in the comments. Be happy to hear them. Now right now I need to take out these little candles, which I did there, I think, to get him back down here. There's one light left on the curse thing, and that just went away. We're down at the end here now. I'm gonna take this cursed one, which is gonna bring my life down, and then I can take this one to bring it back up. And you can see it says it's gonna kill him. -4 on the poison. That shot does it. So I'm not sure if it's a combination of the poison and the petrify from the pots. But there he goes. Holy shit, I did it. And that was me on the live stream. GG. GG. Past self. So, that was my first victory on the Ring of Pain. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. You get a little option on what to say at the end here. I cut out the credits, but we will see my end scores here coming up, and it'll show the items I have down at the bottom and my stats and everything. And then I'll let my past self bring us out. Hope you all enjoyed. Alright, I think that's a great place to call it. We unlocked the difficulty setting. I'm sure it's a harder one. Dark Stone. But yeah, GG's. We beat the Ring of Pain. Opt for greatness. Have a good night.